Neil Sedaka's greatest hits. Neil Sedaka's greatest hits.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Department of Moose Information. I'm your host, Dave Ware. I have with me 6 improvisers tonight. We are going to run them through the paces of some different challenges. They will be awarded points for their answers, and by the end of the evening, we will declare a winner. We have 2 teams tonight. We have the blue team with Captain Ken, and on his team tonight is Jen and Jasper St. Clair. They will be facing off against the red team with Captain Rob Pepper Von Schenk. And his team will be Dargy and Alexa. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great!
Excellent.
Glad to be
So
here.
good.
Ready to win big prizes, Dave. Big prizes.
We're excited.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, so there's 3 different sections to the show tonight. The first section we're going to do is something we call Truth and Lies.
Oh.
One of the players, I will read out a statement that one of the players has given me, and then the other team will have to determine whether they are making up that statement or whether it is, in fact, the truth, or whether they're giving you some moose information.
Whoa.
Oh, Dave. I see why you're the host.
All right. Tonight, we're going to start with the red team, Dargy's statement. And the statement is, to save a baby condor, I had to feed it with my mouth.
Wait. What? So are we deciding?
Yeah, we have to ask some questions.
Okay.
Where
was
did
this?
Yeah.
Rob, shut up. Go ahead. Sorry, what is your question, Albert?
I said where did this happen?
It was at the Calgary Zoo.
Why were you the one feeding a condor at the Calgary Zoo?
It was part of a science field trip that I did back in high school. So it was actually part of the learning module.
What was the food?
It was like ground mealworm.
So you had to
Okay.
spit the mealworm into the little baby condor's mouth.
Yeah.
You had to chew. You
chew
had to
it?
put mealworm in your mouth and chew it up and spit it into a condor's mouth.
Yeah.
And well, I guess science class in the 70s, they didn't have a problem with that.
Ouch.
Wow.
That was the 80s.
Whoa.
Wow.
But yeah,
I think we should get points just for the dig.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Was it just one baby
anyone else
condor?
do
Or
it?
was there a nest of them?
No, just the one. They only nest
what
in
is-
ones.
Jen, you got something?
Oh, I was just wondering if anyone else lined up for this. It
No, not that I remember. It was just me.
was just you.
Yeah, like
so
I mean, there
you
was
were
other
selected
kids in
or
the class,
volunteered.
but like I was the one that was chosen, so I just did it.
And so how was the setup? The zoologist or whatever said, we're going to get you to chew up this baby mealworm, and we want you to spit the cud into the baby condor's mouth.
Yes. It sounds so ridiculous when you say it that way, but I mean,
Okay. Did you have
Well,
to
how did
wear
the
like a
zoologist-
Did you have to wear a condor outfit so you looked like a mama condor?
no, but I wish I would have. That would have been amazing.
But how did the zoologist say it then?
Well, she presented, there's a bucket of the mealworms, and they explained how this whole process works and how the mother would actually eat the food, and they actually have to swallow it and regurgitate it back up. So there's, part of that to it as well. But this little baby condor wasn't eating from the mother, so the zookeepers were doing it. So basically what they said is, if somebody would just take, these mealworms and crunch them up with your fingers first to get a bit of a paste, and that way they're not moving when you put them in your mouth. And that way when you sort of crunch them, you can spit them out a little bit like toothpaste.
Okay.
So
So human saliva and human enzymes have no problem.
Totally fine.
So you're may not be responsible for COVID-19, but H1N1
Could be me. Yeah.
could be you.
Why do the Calgary Zoo have condors? They're native to California.
Yeah, but there's in their aviary spot. They got those big
We
cages,
need,
those super
we
tall
need
cages.
an answer from you guys.
I would say this is a lie.
I'm feeling it's a bit of a lie too. Liability.
Lies!
I'm surprised you didn't ask me what high school.
All right. So Darky,
We don't care.
They're gonna go with lie. Was that a truth, or were you in fact telling a lie?
That was 100% a lie.
Yeah. Well done.
All right. So
Now,
that's
which
I
high
would have
school,
told Rob
Darky?
too if Rob had not made me break up laughing. So
It was like,
Just like
it was one of those
saved
things
a
where I was going,
big
it's
cum.
crazy enough to be true, but it's just like, what? No. They wouldn't,
Yeah.
no.
Even in the 70s.
Even in the 70s. I mean, that should have been your answer for everything. It should have been, it was the 70s.
70s, man.
It was the 70s. Why would they allow a high school student in a cage with a rare species? It was the 70s.
70s, man. Yeah, you're right. I blew
they
it.
weren't rare back then.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Red
I
Team.
was-
Actually, they were fine.
They were
In
like,
fact, we were actually taking those condors, grinding them up, and feeding them to the tigers.
fieldworms.
Carol Baskin.
Okay. So we're gonna move
Hey,
on now.
I finally got one right.
Yeah. Good job.
Yay. You're
We are going to
welcome.
move on now. So this is a statement from the blue team. This is Ken's statement. I once woke up after a party without one of my eyebrows.
Which eyebrow?
If I remember correctly, it was my left eyebrow.
Your left eyebrow.
When was this party?
I believe it was 1992.
And what were you doing? Like, where was the party?
It was at the Lethbridge Rugby Clubhouse.
Did you ever find your eyebrow?
No, once
What?
it was gone, it was gone. We always thought they thought it was funny if you just took one eyebrow off, so that the person would have to make a choice on
Objection,
what
Your
to
Honor.
do.
Objection. I'd like Michael's question stricken from the
Yeah,
record.
Darky, do you think when someone
find
loses
your
an eyebrow, do
eyebrow?
you think the whole thing comes off as one big piece, or
This
What,
is
it
the
doesn't?
same
You think
guy
it-
who
you think it's
thought
a
we would
caterpillar?
go to the
What the hell?
condor story.
Back in the 70s.
I'm just
Well
worried
played,
that
sir.
Michael
Well
thinks
played. I believe you now. I believe you.
Ken is a literal Muppet. You
All right.
I
shave
feel
it
like
off.
I believe Ken's story though. Like I don't feel like
Doesn't seem too out there.
no, it's a rugby and it's rugby.
What was the name of the Lethbridge rugby teams that were playing?
The Barbarians.
Who's the other team? It was your
That was
team?
that pretty quick, didn't he? Yeah.
Calgary Hornets.
Mhm. And how old were you at the time?
I believe I was either 18 or 19.
And what was your drink of choice at the time?
I would be drinking beer
Mhm.
in large quantities.
Which particular beer?
Probably Labatt Blue.
What? Not Lethbridge? Not Pill?
Oh, there's Pill there too, but I was fond of Labatt Blue.
it was the
Have-
70s?
Have you ever shaved off someone
It
else's
was the
eyebrow?
70s.
Yes, I have.
Objection, Your Honor. All right. Well, I'm ready to make my decision.
All right.
Red team, what do you think?
True.
I think it's a lie.
I was actually going to go with lie too. I think there's actually something more insidious going on.
Insidious.
Subsidiary.
Yeah.
Right.
So
This
so
episode
you
is
go with
Pepper Von Shank trying to pronounce words.
lie? Are you gonna go with the lie for that one, Red?
Yeah.
Yep, lie. It's a lie.
I should point out, Ken, if the party was in 1992, you were 21.
Oh, anyway, this was a lie. I did not lose an eyebrow at the Lethbridge Rugby Clubhouse in 1992.
Boo.
But you took an eyebrow, didn't you?
I did take an eyebrow at the Lethbridge Rugby Clubhouse in 1992.
That tracks. That
Any-
tracks.
Why didn't you just do that
Without
instead?
me
That's a
got the
good story
eyebrow on
too.
it.
No, but then it would have been
Eyebrow
true,
on
and
it.
I needed a lie.
He's got the eyebrow on a necklace, Alexa?
Yeah, he pulls it out from his shirt and he still got it.
Because again, it's all
I
one.
have 7 of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
one
you
thing.
gotta
It's my
cut it
fur
off.
necklace.
When
Lie.
Ken takes an eyebrow, he also takes the flesh from just underneath it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a lot more
Scalped.
savage
Little-
than you would think.
All right. So the next statement is going to come from the red team, and this is Rob's statement tonight, and it is, "I have manually dug a grave." Your time begins.
Where?
What's that? Oh, and
Where?
North Battleford, Saskatchewan.
For what or whom was this grave for?
Well, the grave was for a beloved dog, but they wanted to do it quickly because there was some question about the ethical safety. I don't know what the rules are around burying a dog.
None. There are no rules around burying a dog. You bury it.
Oh, okay. Well, then
why were you in North Battleford?
Well, I was actually passing through on a fringe festival, and I guess it wasn't technically North Battleford; it was Aquadale.
And what circumstances led you to be the one who was manually digging this grave?
Okay, so we were staying at a friend's grandparents' house as we were passing through, and they had a little spot on Aquadale Lake, and their dog had died. It was a hot summer day because we were the fringe festivals passing through there like midsummer, and they wanted to bury it, but Roger's great aunt was too frail to dig a grave, and all the family was out of town, and we were all like, there's a bunch of street performers hanging out there, so somebody should be able to dig a grave. Nobody else wanted to do it, and so I dug a grave.
What kind of dog?
What is it? A golden retriever. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's pretty big.
It's a big dog. Yeah.
How far down did you dig a dog grave?
Okay, this was actually a matter of contention at the time. I thought we were going to have to go like 6 feet, but it turned out nobody cared. But I was actually worried about not worried about like the frost line or anything. I was worried about coyotes. So I pushed for deeper. I'm glad I didn't win that argument.
Nothing worse than seeing your dog femur later that summer.
None of my business what happened to it afterwards.
As someone who's dug a hole that's like 2 feet deep, 6 feet seems crazy.
Oh yeah, I maybe made it 3.5 before I thought it was good enough.
And did you do this by yourself, or did you and Roger take turns?
So Roger had actually gone into town to try to deal with my Chevy Sprint, which kept having this fuse burnout on it. And fun fact, there's 2 GM dealerships in North Battleford, one on the Saskatchewan side and one on the, anyway. So.
Okay, we're going to need a decision from the blue team.
That's plausible.
I don't know. It seems lame enough that, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
No offense, I've dug a dog grave, so I don't see how this is that big a deal.
Yeah.
I wish I've done a good dog grave.
There's still time.
I got a new business.
Your dog's pretty old though, Alexa.
Okay, yeah.
And it's pretty small, so.
I think I got a new COVID-19 business that we could develop. Dog graves.
Bury a dog.
Hey, my parents have 160 acres. When it happens, just come on out. You can dump it anywhere.
Yeah, little pet cemetery over there.
Okay, blue team, what are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with true.
Yeah, true.
Okay, and Rob, is this true, or were you telling a lie?
I've never dug a grave.
Damn it.
That was
Wow. Nicely
so
done.
Where's the punchline, Rob?
There's no punchline. Why would I dig a grave? Plus, I was
Somebody said
I
dog.
would have been 19 when I was in Aquadeo, and I had little spindly arms, and I was like,
Yeah,
The worst thing is,
right?
the worst thing is now I can never use my dog grave, my dug a dog grave lie. Or
yeah.
I can never, I've already admitted I did it.
Jasper St. Clair's dug a dog grave.
St. Clair.
Guys,
That
the
is
only
dug
thing
a dog
Rob is
grave.
capable of digging is like music by Blur. So
They're my favorite band. I don't even know.
okay, so the final statement for the round is going to come from the blue team. This is Jen's statement. I once stole my friend's dad's 250 GT California Spider.
You once
Really?
stole it?
What kind of spider is this? Like a small one? Or?
Haha.
No, it was full size.
Oh, Pepper Von Shank. What a lame.
Full size.
yeah.
It was just a little drive around town, and yeah, I
How
was
old
dared
were
to do it.
But you were dared by who? Who dared you to steal the car?
My friend, whose father owned the car. She
And
said,
is this like a Ferris Bueller situation where they forced Cameron Fry to take out the fancy car?
Did you have to put it in reverse afterwards?
Yeah.
We thought about it, but no, it didn't. No.
Were there cops involved?
No,
No.
How old were you?
didn't know. Father never knew.
Oh.
How old were you?
18.
Did you have your license already?
I did. Yeah, I had it. Like
How
I
Can
got
you,
it.
can you drive a standard?
Absolutely, I can.
Thanks, Albert.
Mhm.
All right.
How fast did you
I
go?
can.
Albert, you're on Jen's team, by the way.
I know, but I was just curious.
I can. Yes.
So how fast did you get it going?
Not fast. I was like vibrating. The speed limit.
Okay.
Wow. I've always wanted to
It's
drive one of those.
road.
So you stole a like a famously fast car. You drove at the speed limit for what duration of time?
20 minutes.
And then returned it to the house without any significant damage or anybody noticing anything.
Yes, thank God.
Well, I'm
Did
ready to
you-
make my decision.
Okay.
What's
All
your
right, red
decision,
team,
Rob?
are you ready? What do you think?
On the count of 3. 1,
One,
2,
1,
3.
2,
2,
3.
True.
I don't know. I was like gonna see what you guys were doing, and then you started counting down.
I think it's gonna be one of those things where Jen is stole a different kind of car.
Oh.
yeah. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that. I
I
think
could- I
that's
could see
lame.
you
It's like,
getting-
no, it wasn't me. It was my friend.
I
No,
can-
that's
I
a
can
that's a
super-
rough.
Thing.
Yeah.
He's not on this show. Only
Yes, never mind.
Never
No,
mind.
that's why I can say that. God, I hate that guy.
Oh, okay.
Red team. I need an answer.
Alexa, it's all on you.
Oh, what? Carrying this team on my back. What about let's do false. It's a lie.
Yeah. Big lie. Big old lie.
Okay, Jen, was that story true or were you telling a lie?
That was very false. And that was inspired by Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's the car from Ferris Bueller.
Wow.
Oh,
Good on you, Pepper.
Okay, no, first of all, what? Do you honestly think a Can-Am Spider is the same as the Ferrari GT California that Ferris Bueller drove?
They modified it from what I understand.
Are you kidding me?
What? That's what I read.
That's the
Googled
lie.
it.
That's the lie.
Maybe
You're on my
I Googled
team.
it.
If you just tune in, you're listening to Classic Cars
Unbelievable.
Modified.
I thought you actually drove a Can-Am Spider. It's a 3-wheeled vehicle. It's a 3-wheeled open coupe, open cockpit.
Did
Oh
she
my
say
God.
Can-Am?
I
She
spent
didn't
like
say
a minute
Can-Am.
Googling this.
It's unbelievable.
Did you say Can-Am?
Can-Am Spider is what she said. It's a 3-wheeled vehicle.
Is that what, Dave, is that what,
Jerry, what was
does
the car in
record
Ferris
reflect?
Bueller's Day Off?
For the record,
It's-
I need to reopen that part of the spreadsheet. For the record, it was the 250 GT California Spider.
Thank you.
Not a Can-Am
California.
Spider. Not a Can-Am Spider.
No, it was California, not Can-Am.
Is that what I wrote you?
That is what you wrote me.
Yeah.
Unless I put it in incorrectly. You know what? Don't
Who
care.
knows any?
there are
It's a lie.
lies on top of lies.
Oh,
All of it was a lie.
Red team, we need to correct an error that was made earlier in the show. I'm going to need a team name from you, and it can only be one word long.
Sedaka.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that.
And blue team, same question.
Ken?
Sudoku.
oh.
Wow, that's going to get
Good one.
confusing.
Let's
Yeah,
call
good luck, Dave.
thing off. Everybody. I say Sedeka and you say
You say Sudoku. I say.
say
At the end of the first round,
Jetpack.
the red team, Rob's team, Sadaka, has 10 points.
Yeah.
And the blue team, Ken's team, Sudoku, has 5 points.
Ooh.
So, that
Only
Whose
takes...
five.
dog is barking?
Sorry?
You!
One stole.
Damn you, Dargy!
That's
How
not.
dare you flaunt it!
And once again, we're going to throw an edit in there, I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to throw my clever background change as
No
soon as
more
I call
background
my
changes.
14-year-old son.
Jesus Christ. Can we get back on track, please?
We're on
I'm
track.
doing my clever background change to a foam wall.
Ooh,
Nicely
must be
done.
very soundproof.
That's going to bring us to the second round of the show. It's called Hypotheticals. What's going to happen in this round is I'm going to ask each of the teams the same hypothetical question. They're going to give me their answer. I'm going to score them between 0 and 5. And then we're going to have a second question, and the teams are going to answer in the opposite order to give one of the teams a chance to think about it a bit more. So because you were behind blue team, you're going to start second. So the red team starts first. The first question is, you have to convince Jay-Z to put your name in one of his songs. You have 1 week. How do you do it?
Well, I call up the rest of the Illuminati
Right.
and
Mhm. And sorry, Alexa, who else is in the rest of the Illuminati?
Beyonce, obviously.
Yeah. That's all.
just her and all the single ladies. Is that
It's just her and all the
Okay.
single ladies. No, I don't know. I don't know about this one, guys.
So is it our collective name? Is it Sadaka we have to get him to put in a song? Or is it our individual
our
name?
personal names? Yeah. Oh man, I mean, I'd be tempted to try to befriend him, or
How do you do that?
No, well, I mean, I could subscribe to Tidal. I'd be the only one.
Why don't we make him a mixtape?
Oh yeah, we could drop a hot mixtape. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Do you have a crush on him in the 80s? Is that what's happening?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this is
It's
how
gonna
it's
make
done,
it
Dave. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how are we gonna do this is how it's done.
Send
Okay.
him a list of words that rhyme with Sadaka, so he has to use it.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
little rhyming dictionary.
And then when he pops that tape in, it's gonna be like, "Take my breath away," and he's gonna know that he should put us in.
And then we'll be outside his window holding the ghetto blaster, playing the same thing.
Mhm.
Or he shows up to prom alone, and then we're standing at the top of the stairs, and we reach out our hand.
Right.
Oh
and
gosh.
then the magic
yes.
happens.
Yeah, and then we're gonna need to have like an angry elephant show up. Oh,
And that's where we get the sick beat.
yes, the sick beat is gonna be. It's just gonna be baby elephant walk.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so for the hypothetical
itself.
question, how would I get Jay-Z to fall in love with me in an 80s film? You get the full 5 points. However, that was not one of the questions I asked you. So the question I did ask you, I'm gonna give you 2 on that. You just get 2. Sorry.
Okay, two
No,
points.
but our way to get us our name in the song is for him to fall in love with us.
Exactly. I think you're missing the point, Dave.
Sorry, what's the question again?
The question is, you have to convince Jay-Z to put your name in one of his songs. You have 1 week. Blue team.
I got it.
This is okay. Ken, go.
What we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, one of us has to get cancer.
I'm,
So we're going to have to get
That's good.
cancer.
In a
Okay,
week.
and then we're going to say we also have that Benjamin Button's disease, so that even though I'm like 49, we'll say that I'm like 12 and I got cancer. And then the only thing that's going to make me feel good is to get my name in a Jay-Z song. Shout out to Jay-Z. I only got a week left.
okay, I like everything about that except most of it. But here's what we do: we write our own rap song, dissing Jay-Z.
Oh,
We talk about how small his is. We talk
Yeah.
about how
That's
Beyonce's
very
good.
ugly. All that shit.
Wife is a
Dave didn't
jerk.
say it had to be positive. He just said we had to get our name in a song. So all we got to
Yes.
do,
Wow, plot twist.
right?
You call him by
And
Sean.
on top of that, we say we got cancer.
All right, I
I got cancer, but I hate Jay-Z. Beyonce's a bitch. How about me? That's right.
Yeah.
I got that Benjamin Button disease.
Disease.
And you know, as we and then we also say we're from the West Coast. So we throw that in there.
Mhm.
He's gonna come up with a reprisal rap, slamming us back. And that's how we do it.
I'll go along with that.
Yeah,
solid.
I
Yeah.
think
Thank you,
that's
Jen.
Brilliant.
that's solid.
I got your
Jen
back.
says,
They call that Operation Kill Shot. Yeah.
Albert, full
I mean,
five.
yeah, we may end up dead in a drive-by, but our name is in the song.
It's worth it.
Guys, do you think Albert has heard yet that I've given him 5 points for this?
No.
Yeah!
Yes.
Let's go for
Very
6.
excited about the points.
Let's go for 6.
You're on a roll, Albert.
Okay, so we're going to continue. Blue team, you're going to answer this question first. And the second hypothetical question is, you are able to clone yourself one time. You can't have infinite clones. You have one clone. How do you take advantage of this?
I'm totally making out with me.
All right.
We see that works for you because you're attractive. I don't want that.
I mean, do we have to do this as a team?
You can give me individual answers. It's just your team that's answering the question.
I
The
would.
greatest magic trick of all time.
Yeah.
I've seen the precision.
Prestige.
That's it, Rob.
Yeah,
Pepper Von
Precision.
Schenk.
No, that's right. It was a movie
It
called
was
Precision.
The Prestige.
The precision.
No. It's called The Precision, and
The
it
Precision.
takes place in the Berlin Olympics in
Pepper,
1988.
Pepper, back me up on this.
Yeah, I can tell you because the Jamaican bobsled team was there. And, they were there with Harvey Keitel and Henry
Anya Harding
Kissinger,
whacked that girl.
who you might remember as the guy who wrote the theme song for St.
He
Louis.
is taking
Although-
our time.
I
He's
know, I'm
taking our
subtracting.
time.
Take our time.
True,
Although
true.
based on what Jen's, if I could just take a tangent off of what Jen said, it would be the only time I do a 3-way with 2 guys. Because then it wouldn't be weird if touched. I'd be like, I just touched my own.
So much editing. So much.
Why? What is? This is the internet. Have you guys been to Pornhub?
Come on,
Jesus.
blue team, stay on target. Let's go.
I think I would just, I don't know what I would do. I think if I could clone myself, I would get myself to do all the jobs.
Like you would let yourself make you do all the jobs. Ken,
Yeah.
think it through. He's exactly like you. He's not going to want to do the jobs either.
Yeah, is this clone subservient to us, or is he exactly
No,
like
he's not. He's you.
Oh,
God damn.
and there's
Ken,
2
think
guys
it
sitting
through.
on the couch avoiding work.
Just saying, I'm a people pleaser, so this still works for me.
I'm
Well,
not sure.
Clearly, Jen, you wanted to make out with yourself, so
Although,
that's with your clone.
hey, there's only one of you to take care of Dina at a time. One of you can take off for the night. Come on, Ken. think
I
it
would
through.
be jealous of me.
Yes,
Ah.
you would, Ken. You would.
I'd be
Okay.
jealous of me. I think I'd
That-
immediately kill myself.
Classic nihilism. Classic Ken.
Okay, I'm going to give the
Boom!
blue team.
Where did
I'm
Rob
going to
go?
give you 4 points for that.
All right.
Oh, we lost Rob.
Oh, he
Yeah,
fucked up.
because
That's because you have
Messed up the
Pepper Von
cloning.
Shank.
got afraid of the touching part. That's what he was afraid of.
Damn it, Albert.
Hey,
There he goes. There he goes again.
Quiet, everyone,
Bye,
quiet,
Pepper.
quiet. 4 points to the blue team. Red
Jen,
team.
Why don't you just give me the basket, Dave?
You can't
Oh.
bleep your hand signals.
Red team, same question. How you are able to clone yourself one time? How do you take advantage of this?
All right. What concerns me is that if I clone myself, I still have to raise myself from an infant until I get to be my current age.
Oh,
So
man, he's
basically,
not
just
Jurassic Parking this. What the hell?
I
You
am.
come out fully formed?
Bob, your clone will be the same age as you are now.
Oh,
How
see,
is that possible?
that's
I
better.
can barely deal with one of me at this age.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with the clone of myself. I would clone myself and then I would shoot my clone.
Oh, but Rob, you could like start your own boy band.
Why? I'm looking at
Two-man boy
You could
band.
get like twice as many album sales.
No.
Rob,
I'll
I was
give you
just going to say, Rob, you can find somebody to finally buy your CD.
Yeah, okay. If I can screen share with you, I'll show you who has bought most of my CDs. I would instead of getting into a situation where this clone is going to come after me, I
Right.
would murder it immediately.
Yeah, because we all know science fiction movies. That's what's going to happen. Is the
I
clone?
would-
The clone's eventually going to turn on you. I would just murder it straight away.
Guys,
A
I think
clone's just a
question-
twin.
I think this question is telling us a lot. Like Jen's immediate thing was like, I'm gonna make out with myself, and Rob's like, I have to murder myself.
Yeah, it's a lot about our own self-confidence.
Jen can do whatever she wants to do with her clone. I'm going to murder my clone.
Yeah.
I'm going to dig a grave for my clone. It's going to be about 3.5 feet deep.
Lies. That's a lie.
Lazy.
Guy's never dug a grave in his life. He doesn't know what
Yeah.
he's doing.
I've never even been to Aquadeo.
It'd be the wrong
I don't know what that
shape, and you'd have to put yourself like kind of tilted in the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, how would you do it, Rob? How would you kill yourself?
Oh, great question.
Okay, hang on. It's not one of the questions that we're gonna delve into.
Okay, because it would involve Rob Thomas's smooth.
Okay, so
Unbelievable.
blue team, I'm giving you a bonus point for Albert for your statement earlier that made me laugh. You get a bonus point for that. So you're at
Yay!
2.
We got to 6.
Red team had 3 on that question.
Oh,
That was very generous.
2, and you had 10 to start the round. So we have a tie right now. We are 15 due to Sadaka. And that brings us to the end of the second portion. All right, and now
Okay.
here we are with the third section of the show we call Pickup Lines. And what's going to happen in this section is I'm going to give the contestants a category. They're going to give me lines that fit within that category. And any of the lines that I think are funny or make me laugh or just, touch me in the right way, you're going to get 2 points. If they don't, you get nothing. That's how it's going to
Here's
work.
a hint. Make it about Lego.
nice.
2 points.
What? No.
Okay, so the first category, and you'll signal me that you have an answer by putting your hand up where I can see it, so that I can choose you. And let's keep this nice and peppy. Here we go. The first category is unlikely lines from a horror movie. Targi.
Let's just lock the door.
Rob.
Oh, we'll stick together.
Ken.
The dead have risen, and they're being helpful.
Rob.
I've got a signal. You guys, I got a signal. We're okay.
Jen.
You know what? Let's just not go in there. We'll just go home and play with Lego.
Nice. That was a little, okay. Albert.
Let's stick with the black guy. He's safe.
Rob.
This flashlight is working fine.
Ken.
Damn you, Carol Baskin.
Oh, yeah.
Jen.
They're not referred to as zombies anymore. They're differently alive.
Okay, moving on to the next category.
Oh, wait, I got one. I got one more. Wait, just let me do one more.
Okay.
I'm so glad we had sex.
With yourself.
Bad things to say in a job interview.
Okay.
Oh,
Albert.
I'm so glad we had sex.
Darky. Ken.
What's your at-work meth policy?
Rob.
Guess what's shaved in this bag?
Jen.
It's eyebrows. It's eyebrows, isn't it?
That's so awful. So I'm just checking. I'm double checking. You don't do a police check, right?
Ken, I think you had your hand up, yeah.
Oh, what's your at-work sex policy?
Is that it? We got more. Albert.
What's your clone policy?
Is it okay to have sex with your clone at work?
None of this episode is making it anywhere. This is the last.
It's going to be fine. Let me tell you something, Pepper. It's going to be fine. We're just going to put a picture of Mickey Mouse where you are.
Yeah, you're going to have to. You're going to have
Yeah.
to replace me with a picture of Mickey Mouse.
Okay, the third category is unlikely instructions. So things you'd read in an instruction manual that shouldn't be there.
Oh.
Rob.
You will not require an Allen key.
Dargy.
Found within is a high quality tool that you'll have for years.
Alexa.
How to be a total loser. It's just a mirror.
Oh.
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 Bad.
So
Ken.
sad.
How to bury a dog.
Oh.
By Rob Mitchell.
Oh, wait, I got one.
Just hang on. Jen's next.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you for purchasing the Fit 3000. Remove clothing, assemble unit, place clothing on unit, eat chips. Done.
Albert.
Oh, why, this is so straightforward and simple.
Dargy, did you have one?
No, I lost it.
Okay. That's another thing you never read in there. Rob.
Enable location services on your cell phone.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
How to add a background to your video chat.
Why didn't I read that? Darn it!
Dargy.
If you don't know what a slot is or a tab is, turn to page 3.
I am done tabulating the scores. And I can now tell you that the red team, which is Sadaka, has scored 35 points. The blue team, which is Sudoku, Ken's team,
It's always more.
has scored 45 points.
Yes.
That brings us to the end. We thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this and brought a little entertainment into your seclusion or your quarantine or your lock-in or whatever it is you're doing tonight. We hope that we've made it a little bit nicer and more pleasant for you. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye.
And thanks to our sponsor, Blockbuster Video.